Good morning out there in radio land, or should I say midday. It's about noon. With all of these old engines, if I may indulge you for just a moment, with all of these old engines, this being a Fairbanks dishpan 1.5 horsepower, with all of them, a story comes with them. This engine right here has been here for 1 year, 6 months, and 3 days, to the best of my recollection. The engine came in as a repair for a friend. Upon examination, the repairs was more extensive than first thought. Had I took the job in, kind of just thinking about it from a business point, had I took the job in and charged labor on this repair, it would have been too much. It wouldn't have been worth it. Not even if it had sentimental value, it wouldn't have been worth it. So the decision was made that I would purchase the engine in its unrepaired state, and then I would work on it at my leisure, because I can actually do something and not charge myself labor, which is what I did. And so now that I've got it done, I will give the owner an opportunity to buy the engine back. If he declines that offer, then I'll trade it off. It's not something that I would want to keep. Y'all have seen it right here on the videos. You know all about the engine. So what it is this morning, after we're through that, we're going to start the engine. And up to this point right here, the engine ain't been started yet. We've not seen the engine run. Extensive head work, the adjustable fuel needle valve, the gas tank. I have got gas in it. It's got a check valve. I do have the needle valve set at 1/2 turn. I have the choke completely open. I did turn the engine over twice with the needle valve open about a turn and the choke closed. I have turned it over twice just to check, make sure that the buzz coil and everything was working. But we're going to start it here on camera the first time. It's a news plug in it. I do have a buzz coil from it's a Ford, I think, could be a KW, 12-volt battery. The ignition on this engine right here, it's unique in the way it works. The contact right there, and I will say, if you have not worked on one of this type ignition, it would be well worth you to learn it to yourself. It's quite interesting. And I'm going to use this same type ignition on a McCormick Deere M. With all of that said, let's start her up. Everything's wired up except the ground. We put that right there, and supposedly everything is correct on it. New gaskets, everything's been sealed. I did oil the piston up liberally. Grease cups is full, and they were cleaned and repacked. Got grease in it. There's no reason the engine should not start. If it don't start, we'll take her back apart and see why. But with that said, I think the engine will start in 2 turns. It's coming up on compression. Yeah. Come on now. Oh yeah. Oh, you got to love these old Fairbanks, even if it's a dishpan. Getting her done here on the east coast of Arkansas. Shopdogsam. Fun in the backyard. Now let's put some water in it. that's enough for the time being. We'll check them drops per minute there in a little bit on that oiler. Other than that, you know, let her run. I'll show y'all something. Y'all see that big old gas tank over yonder? Now that's off of one of these Fairbanks. That gas tank's almost as long as one of these. That's as long as the engine. There's just no call to have a gas tank that long. The trick is to put your baffle in there and only use a small amount. Yeah. Let her run. Fun in the backyard. Here on the east coast of Arkansas. They'll keep old Autolite spark plugs up in there. You know, they all right, but I don't like them. And we're going to let this run a while, and then we're going to get on to something else. That's the end of this dishpan get her running series. To answer a couple of comments here in real life, this is what I've been doing. And you can see I got the fuel line in here, and you see that bend right there? The way that I arrived at that bend was, when you take that out, and you see I got that check valve on yonder, you got to have a check valve, put that hole in there. That's the way Fairbanks did that. The way I arrived at that line, fuel line shape, is I put the tank onto the engine, and then I bent this piece of wire right here to the shape that needed to be to go from the tank up to the mixer, and then just bent a piece of the 1/4-inch copper to match it. Simple. The comment was did I paint, did I brush on, do you brush on the inside of these tanks here? And no, the cream right there, if you read the instructions on that cream, what you do is you pour it into the tank, and then you put the lids on it and turn it upside down all around, all four sides, coat it inside, and then if you have an excess, you pour that back into the container, and then you let that set up, and you're good to go. Well, the good thing about this 2 holes here, or either one hole that you can get a little dental, one of them dental mirrors, you put that right down in yonder and take a flashlight and look down in there, and you can verify that you got it coated on the top part and the corners. You can actually look at your soldering and see how it flowed inside. And the other question was what kind of solder did I use? And I use a 60-40 solder. I do like a 50-50 better, but this is what I had. I bought several rolls of this right here at a bargain price, so, you know, got it, use it, waste not, want not. And I do use a acid flux, and the kind of rule of soldering, and I do most generally tin the edges of everything and put it together, or it just makes the soldering go so much better when you pre-tin the work. And as a rule, the solder will flow where the flux line is at. That's just general soldering. But looking in this tank here, when I looked up in yonder, there was a couple of places in there I thought was kind of thin. So I'm going to put another coat on this tank. We've got the fuel line made. I'll let it dry, and then we're going to start this engine up. We'll start her again.